FNAF and Roblox, a combination made from heaven, a combination made to be. Results make games that will soon not only be nostalgic for me, but for many others, and even you. These games were the places where we had fun, now knowing that we'll later miss it, now knowing that over time that place will fade into obscurity and memory. These are the old Roblox FNAF games from my childhood. All but one will be roleplay games because if you checked Roblox, most FNAF games on there are roleplays. Also, quick disclaimer, this video is not an informational video. It's to remember these creations from the past, so take any information with a pinch of salt. Anyways, this list will be from the easiest to research and find to the hardest, sort of like an iceberg. So get tight into your chair, it's time to have a blast from the past. So you may be asking, why berries and Eerie's inside the same section? And I'll say, just look at them. But Eerie's is so much more superior to berries. Eerie Pizzeria was created by Mr. Coco on August 29th, 2014. Berries Pizzeria was created by Thunder Brick Dude on January 18th, 2015. Berries and Eerie's don't need that much explanation because they're just normal roleplay games, with the exception that the morphs are actually Roblox avatars. Okay, quick fun fact about each game. Eerie's used to be called Five Nights at Freddy's RPG, but was changed due to copyright reasons. Berries was a joke game, which I can see now. These games fell into obscurity due to the owner of Eerie's closing and reopening the game with no promises of any future updates. And the owner of Berries stopped updating on it and soon left Roblox. These games are now left sitting abandoned, sometimes seeing some players either new play it or some who came to return to it. Now looking back at these games, I really did not have any memories in them other than like two, especially Berries. But there is one thing I remember from each of those games is walking up to the Springtrap morph from Eerie's Pizzeria and that stupid, terrible moose mask inside Berries. Okay, let's begin with Eerie's, the superior one. I remember trying to decide on a character to become, and I ended up choosing Springtrap. I don't know if I was trying out each morph or not, or just playing a Springtrap. Next is Berries, and that terrible moose mask. 1, it doesn't cover your face. 2, why you're wearing a moose? It's a joke game. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, Berries and Eerie's aren't that memorable to me. Or I may have forgotten the game over time, only having partial memories of it. Thanks to Eerie's and Berries for at least being a part of my Roblox childhood, even if I can remember one thing from both games. This game would have been forgotten if it wasn't for this one thing, which I'll get to very soon after the boring information. 5 Ships at Tom's Theory was created by Infernal Presence on February 3rd, 2015. The real game is actually closed. The gameplay you see here is of me playing a remake. The game is part of a 4-game series that had sights for a 5th that was sadly cancelled. This game is about Tom and his gang of murderous animatronics. Don't worry because this is a roleplay game. Only worry about the players. The game is also heavily inspired from FNAF 3. Now, I don't know why these games were closed, but I'll assume that they died just like the other games you'll see on this list. Okay, the boring info is finally out of the way. Let me tell you who saved this game from being forgotten. It'll be Pheno the Owl. Yes, an owl out of all these crazy animatronics. I still remember looking at that owl and then wondering why Chica had ears. And soon figuring out it wasn't Chica but an owl theme, so I stayed away from it. I played as other morphs such as Spring Tom and tried to pretend like an actual threat to the guard, like I did in most roleplays at the time. One thing that this game and the rest of the roleplays on this list had in common was the jump scare tool. What's a jump scare tool? Well, it's something that OGs can only remember. I call these jump scare potions because some of them had you drink from an invisible thing. They are usually followed up with an animation, but sadly inside the remake there's none for it. While recording inside the remake, this happened. The reason why I remember this game. Oh my god, what happened? Unfortunately, probably most morphs don't work anymore on there. The only morph I know that works on there is that Bonnie go-kart. The last thing I remember from this game was looking through all the pictures inside the pizzeria. Right there. Dancing with moldy pizza. 5 Ships at Tom's Theory will always have a place in my heart because of my reaction towards that owl. I'm so glad that people remade these games because I actually came across 3 remakes, with this one I'm playing being the most faithful towards the original. After this game, the rest of the games on the list are closed, with one being replaced. Fregie's. Not that Fregie. In my opinion, 5 Shifts at Fregie's Circus was the creepiest roleplay because it was like 80% darkness. I seriously used to get lost in that map. 5 Shifts at Fregie's Circus was created by Netfilm on May 3rd, 2015. It was a roleplay game centered on Fregie, who sounds like Freddy, in his circus of horrors. There was no way for me to find out why 5 Shifts at Fregie's was closed, but I suspected it was because of the game being dead. I had a lot of memories of 5 Shifts at Fregie's. The most memorable moment was of me surviving as a guard and learning the game's mechanics. I remember hiding in the locker room for an animatronic would enter the office. I remember there was just being buttons inside the room and probably a light switch. I viewed footage of the office, but I couldn't see much because of all that static. Another memory I had was walking through the dark maze-like map of this game. I'll keep getting lost before I can find the office. And this game has the best jump scares, as it has a crazy animation and sound. I remember trying to perfectly aim a jump scare on the guard, and the guard being completely invincible to all my attacks. And I believe that's the last thing I can remember of this game. Fregie's Circus is truly a masterpiece due to its creepy atmosphere. They literally have zombies on there. The jump scares are amazing and the office is original. It was ahead of its time and can even bump heads with some modern Roblox FNAF roleplays. Wow, this game right here is very nostalgic. Not the most because that's safe for last. 5 Shifts at Freddy's Fright 3 was created by Netfilm, the same creator of Fregie's. On October 31st, 2009. Okay, I believe this game was created on a starter game or an older game he made, which best describes why it was created in 2009, not 2014 or 2015. The game's description says that it takes place in the Fregie's Circus world, and I take back what I say about Tom's. This map is literally FNAF 3 with some slight changes. Quick fact, my very first video on this channel was of me playing this game back in 2019 before it was sadly closed. Also, the recording is long gone. Playing as a night guard and having to keep that vent door closed 24/7 due to the animatronics just barging through it and instantly killing me. I remember that loud alarm that the animatronics were pressed to notify the guard that they were coming through the hall to the office. The office is FNAF 3's office, but the front wall was round and the vent is to the back right of the office. I remember when my brother told me that the nightmares put needles and nails inside themselves to make themselves more scary or make themselves more dangerous. Freddy's Fright 3 had so many things such as Wintertrap and the jump scare potions. It's sad to see a game from my childhood that I felt like I recently played close. Thank you so much for all the great memories I had. The Pizzeria, the game I used to fear. Back then I wouldn't even touch it with a 6-foot pole because I was so scared of it. The Pizzeria was created by Tiger Captain on August 12, 2014. This game isn't a roleplay like the rest of the games on this list, as it was a recreation of FNAF, to the point where either they or their friend was a phone guy. This game will soon turn to Animatronics Awaken, getting rid of the classic one. I kinda wish they added a game mode to Animatronics Awaken where you can play the classic version and also to pay respects to it. I remember when I first saw this game, I don't know if it was a game itself, but it was some sort of promotion for it. It was in some sort of orangish room, and in that room there was a wall and it had a giant hole in it that led into the void, and right next to it was Chica. When I saw Chica and looked at her bib and seen "Let's Eat," I assumed that she wanted to eat me, and right after that I took a couple steps inside that void and left the game. Man, these were the days when I was being introduced to FNAF, and I was so scared of it I didn't even know how the jump scares even looked like. So obviously when this game came out I avoided it. I remember being scared watching YouTubers play the game, and when I finally got to play it I didn't even continue after night 2. And there was this cat game I thought took place outside of the Freddy Fazbear's building because of that dumpster right there. And I thought like the animatronics will come over, like the animatronics will come out and look below us and start trying to kill us. That was the only thing I was scared of about this game. Wow, that was a lot of memories for a game I haven't even played. Thanks to it probably being the first Roblox FNAF game I've ever played. This has to be the most nostalgic FNAF Roblox game ever. Every time I think of Roblox and FNAF, I remember the Nights at Freddy's roleplay a game that only remained in memories for so long, finally being brought to light. The Nights at Freddy's Roleplay was created by Otoy Colas on October 31st, 2014, right on Halloween. It takes place in FNAF 2 and has other animatronics such as the ones from FNAF 3. The closure of this game tells a sad story of the game once being the most active and largest of its kind. Then over time it became more and more or less until it became completely dead, becoming obsolete and is alive only in memory. Like I say, this is the most nostalgic game on the list. Everything in it is just nostalgic, even the lobby. The lobby. It's what, in my memory, is its identification. I remember the fan art on the walls. A more specific one was of Mike and animatronics with a good eye and a ghost eye. And my theory then was he was a robot because he was gray and he had ghost eyes. Speaking of Mike, remember when he was colored gray and the phone guy had a phone for a head? Yeah, I remember the lobby having morphs of them. The last thing I remember from the lobbies are the morphs and the Game Pass morphs and the FNAF 3 morphs. In the game itself, you'll mainly be hearing "It's Been So Long" in the FNAF song. And most of the time it's overlapping Lullaby Waltz, aka the music from the FNAF 2 ending. Every time I hear one of these, I always remember this game. I remember Wither Bonnie always being my favorite animatronic on there because he had no face. I'll usually attack the Night Guard being Wither Bonnie. I remember Beakless Toy Chica and Mangle being my favorites too. Whenever I became the Night Guard, I'll either be my normal self or Mike. And most of the time I just sat there with my mask on. I remember this game's jump scare potions and how the icon of it was Toy Freddy, and also there was just the Balloon Boy potion. The final memory I have with this game was enjoying a game, no, an experience, not knowing that my future self will look back on those days and miss them. Thank you Nights at Freddy's Roleplay for having gifted me memories that will always stay with me and many others. Old Toy Colas, your game will always be remembered and cherished as a part of the old glory days of Roblox and FNAF. Thank you. Okay, before I end the video off, there's a game I remember, but I don't know the name of. I remember the office being filled with light, either natural or electric. I can remember you can kill other players by just jump scaring them. And there was an underground morph area. I remember two morphs. There was a cartoon Chica and a rabbit, or it's just normal Bonnie, called Bun Bun. I don't know if these are from separate games or not, but if you know what it is, please tell me. Forgot to mention that the location was on some sort of platform surrounded by buildings. FNAF and Roblox, a combination that was made, a combination that gave us memories that will never be forgotten. These games will always be alive in my heart, even if they're all dead in their physical forms. In general, nothing truly dies until they're forgotten about. Thanks to the devs, thanks to the community, and thanks to me for enjoying a game that's not perfect. Thank you so much for the nostalgia. Oh, this video, how can I put it? It was a little bit fun, then the rest was super stressful. Finding information and remembering the stuff from my past was super fun. And also, while editing, I was playing Wind Waker. So yeah, that was like it. That's all I can remember of the fun of this video. The rest is negative. Okay, one, my editor lags a lot, and sometimes I just do not know what to edit inside my videos at all. And by far, one of the worst ones is obviously my voice. I can't even read. I can't even read over a dang script. I can't even read two sentences without messing up. My brain freaking puts a random word in. It could be snowfall. I put snowball. What's going on there? Also, I pronounce everything so terribly. But I can say Worcestershire sauce. I can say that. But whenever I'm looking at a script, I static. Like a screen. Like whenever you die in FNAF. That type of static. And I want to be honest with you. I'm super nervous. And every time I have to do 3 tries. I think that I don't know what's the longest one. Probably 10? 100? I don't know. Oh my god, I hate my voice. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm just a bit hard on myself. I need to take YouTube a little bit less seriously. That's what I need to improve on. And also I'll improve on things over time as I get used to it. Alright, let's end this video with a positive note. Sorry about my rant back there. I do like making videos. It's just sometimes when they're not going my way, I do not like them. So yeah, let's end it off with a positive note. Also, I've been waiting to make this video for a while because I wanted to share you guys these games, have you guys look at these games, even some of you guys remember these games. So yeah, that's the main thing I want out of this video. So okay, let's get to the main thing that I want to say to you guys. I keep stuttering, but who cares? We're ready to hit 100 subscribers. That's insane. That's I've been doing Plushie for a year and I never hit 100 subscribers. I only kept 20 subscribers at least. I only expected like 50 people to watch my videos. It's to the point I don't even feel like I deserve this because I didn't even try my best in these videos. So yeah, let's end this video with a classic closure. I'll see you guys on the next Wintertrap video. Goodbye.